First of all, they said somebody had poisoned Kawaka Mutebi. That's what I heard. Then later on, they said he had actually died or something like that. Now, how can people behave like that? Imagine. Okubiko omuntu ntumuntu afudde songo omuntu wali. If anything goes wrong with His Highness, the Kabaka, the people to announce it are there. The palace is there. The cathedral is there. You, social media contributor, how do you come to be the one to announce what is happening to the Kabaka? You don't have enough decency to say, Banangi, ekino sikimanyi, sikirinako bukakafu, kaninde, abakimanyi okunsinga, beba bakyogera. Why do you have to? So, those people, we shall go for them. The police is already looking for those people. I hope they have already got them now. So that really they explain why they want to okanga abantu, to frighten people by such irresponsible behavior. Now, that same social media, and even some of the paper, like I hear that even our papers, like Bukede and our TV, were showing how some of the opposition groups had defeated the NRM. Showing. Now, I told Nabakova, at least for Bukede and UBC, they should explain why they give unbalanced information. A journalist is supposed to inform, entertain, educate. A journalist is not supposed to miseducate or misinform. If he does that, he should not be a journalist. And I hear they are even saying that if you don't pay them money, if you don't bribe them, they will not announce your activities. This one we shall not accept. I told those involved that I don't want NRM bribing any journalist. If they don't want to do their work as journalists, they will go and work somewhere else, not in Uganda. The globe is big. You can go and work in Russia. You can go and work in... But here, you must work as a journalist. Journalist, you are duty-bound. We don't have to beg you. We don't have to bribe you. You are duty-bound to report the truth and verify the truth. If you don't do it, your license should be cancelled so that you don't operate here. Because the government is there to regulate conduct of these groups. So what actually happened with the PWDs, big victory for NRM. There are 49,000 positions in Uganda. NRM took 41,000, that's 85%. And then independence, which means NRM. When you hear independence, you know that's NRM. They were the second group, 13%. What they put down here as others, 2%. This was just the other day, not long ago. The older persons, these are the Jidudus. There are 57,000 positions. NRM took 50,000 of those positions. This is 87%. Again, the independents took 10%, and the others 3%. Now, for the youth, there are 59,000 positions. That is, I think, of the chairmanship at the village level. 59,000 something. NRM took 47,000, which is 79%. The independents, which normally are NRMs, took 15%. The others took 6%, all of them put together. NUP, DP, FDC, all of them, 6%. And these are youth. The youth, our children, whom some of the reckless people have been trying to mislead. And then the foreigners jump in. I love those foreigners. Those foreigners look funny when I look at them. You cannot see adults looking funny as if they are children. The foreigners from different sources, because they are used to a weak Africa, Africa which is weak, which is manipulatable, they are very quick to jump into any issue. With the Uganda, with the NRM, they have a big job, because we shall defeat all of them. This youth, if for instance you take the urban youth, the one they have been trying to manipulate, it is because some of our NRM people don't listen carefully to the NRM line. When they do, we shall have no problem with these youth. So therefore, I congratulate the NRM on these big victories, recent ones, in the PWD elections, elderly people's elections, and the youth. And these were not small elections, because if you see the youth who were registered to vote, I don't know how many voted. It was actually 8 million. There were 8 million, 7.9 something million. The ones who had registered. So we should find out the ones who actually voted.